If you are over the age of 55, a silent, irreversible transformation is taking place inside your body at this very moment. Deep within your knees, your hips and your spine, the protective cushioning that allows you to move without agony is undergoing a radical shift in its fundamental biology. For decades, mainstream medicine has taught you a highly oversimplified lie. They told you that your joints are like the brake pads on a car, destined to simply wear down, thin out, and disappear after a lifetime of hard use. But advanced molecular biology has recently shattered this outdated mechanical myth. Your cartilage is not an inanimate piece of rubber. It is a highly sophisticated, living, breathing cellular ecosystem. And what happens to this ecosystem after your 55th year is not a simple story of mechanical friction. It is a highly specific, genetically programmed cellular shutdown that has been completely hidden from the public eye. To understand why your body suddenly feels heavier and more resistant each passing year, you must first look at the massive global apparatus that profits directly from your anatomical decline. They actively benefit from your lack of options. Over-the-counter anti-inflammatories, synthetic pain patches, and expensive cortisone injections are heavily marketed as your only salvation. Yet none of these interventions do anything to address the actual molecular emergency occurring within your mature cartilage matrix. They merely paralyze your nerve endings, because a completely regenerated joint represents a catastrophic loss of recurring revenue for the modern medical establishment. The global chronic pain industry generates an astonishing $327 billion annually. Your total recovery and long-term physical independence are fundamentally incompatible with their corporate financial models. They want you to believe that cartilage decay is an unavoidable tax on aging, all while their synthetic treatments silently inhibit your body's natural cellular repair mechanisms. Before we journey deep into the microscopic world of your joint matrix, drop a comment below and tell us where you are watching this from. And let us know, do you know someone over 55 who has been living with this exact kind of deep, aching structural limitation? You would be truly surprised to learn how many thousands of individuals in our community are enduring this exact same silent cellular deterioration every single day. When you cross the threshold of 55, the microscopic sentinels of your joints, specialized cells known as chondrocytes, enter a state of advanced cellular senescence. Under a microscope, young cartilage looks like a dense, highly vibrant matrix packed with these tiny cellular factories. Their sole purpose is to constantly manufacture new collagen fibers and critical moisture-binding molecules. But after 55, an internal genetic switch flips. Your chondrocytes drastically slow down their production, effectively going on strike. Compounding this crisis is a harsh anatomical reality. Human cartilage has absolutely no direct blood supply. It is one of the only tissues in the entire human body that is completely avascular. Without blood vessels to deliver freshly oxygenated life force and raw materials, your cartilage relies entirely on a slow, fragile process of nutrient diffusion from the surrounding joint fluid. As you mature, this vital diffusion process weakens, leaving your chondrocytes starved, vulnerable, and unable to repair even the smallest amounts of daily microscopic wear. The true disaster of the post-55 joint, however, lies in the catastrophic collapse of its water-retaining architecture. Healthy cartilage is composed of up to 80% water, bound tightly within a magnificent web of specialized macromolecules called proteoglycans. These proteoglycans act exactly like high-powered, microscopic magnets. Their negative electrical charge pulls water molecules deep into the tissue, creating a highly resilient, pressurized fluid cushion that absorbs thousands of pounds of impact with every step you take. But after age 55, your body begins to overproduce an aggressive family of destructive enzymes known as matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPs. These molecular scissors slice through the proteoglycan matrix, destroying their electrical charge. As a result, the cartilage completely loses its ability to hold on to water. The pressurized fluid cushion deflates. Your joints are no longer thick, elastic, and shock-absorbent. Instead, they become dehydrated, thin, brittle, and structurally unprotected. This molecular dehydration is the exact reason why ordinary movements begin to send shockwaves of raw discomfort through your frame. Traditional medical approaches completely ignore this fluid mechanics crisis, choosing instead to flood your system with synthetic chemicals that mask the warnings of your nervous system while the underlying structural collapse accelerates. True clinical longevity science points toward a completely different, immensely sophisticated path. To stop the destruction of mature joints, we must actively inhibit the aggressive MMP enzymes while simultaneously forcing raw biological building blocks back into the avascular cartilage matrix. Peer-reviewed laboratory data has confirmed that a very precise, synergistic combination of natural bioactive compounds can accomplish this. First, science demands the introduction of premium glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin sulfate. These are the exact, raw chemical precursors required by your aging chondrocytes to rebuild the shattered proteoglycan architecture and restore the joint's magnetic water retention capacity. To halt the enzyme assault, recent clinical trials have highlighted the profound power of highly bioavailable turmeric extract, which has been shown to exhibit up to 10 times the cellular absorption of standard dietary spices. When combined with pure Boswellia serrata, this botanical duo works at a genetic level to completely deactivate the chemical triggers that unleash destructive MMP enzymes. Furthermore, the strategic addition of metabolic catalysts like quercetin, bromelain, and methionine provides a powerful antioxidant shield that mutes cellular stress and flushes out metabolic debris from the avascular zone. This exact, scientifically verified blueprint of cellular rehydration and enzymatic defense has been meticulously compiled into a single high-potency formula. It was created specifically for mature individuals who refuse to let their physical autonomy be eroded by the natural ticking of the biological clock. If you want to explore this advanced cellular science further, we have pinned a dedicated link in the first comment below. It leads directly to the exact formula we have analyzed throughout this investigation. Take a look at the peer-reviewed evidence and decide your path for yourself. You do not have to accept a life of shrinking mobility. The scientific key to defending your structural youth is finally within your reach.